easily number one. It's an easy win. Okay? It's Mike Tyson versus a kindergartner. Easy win. Hiya, and welcome back to another Reading Wednesday. It's your girl Logan, also known as Sketchbooks and Bookbooks. You already know. But today, I am going to be, I like blinked for a second, but I got it. I got this, okay? I got this. So today, I'm going to be ranking, like it's the end of the year. See, it's almost the end of the year. It's the last month of 2021. I'm like excited, but that's only because I got ideas for videos, because it's so easy, because now we're just like wrapping it up, right? We're just wrapping it up. What did you do? What did you read? What are your stats? But I'm just gonna do my thrillers this year, like the thrillers I read, and I'm gonna rank those from most thrilling to least thrilling, because like that's literally all I wanted. I'm like, if I pick up a thriller, I just want to be thrilled. I just want to be thrilled. That's all. Just entice me, you know? Get me on the edge of my seat. Some of these, the seat was recliner and I was all the way back. I was literally 180 degrees. I was laying down, I was fine, I was comfortable. There was no thrill to speak of. It was very suburban. It was very just, what is this? Did you mismark it? Did you, like, what genre? What? Because it doesn't seem like it's thrilling to me. So that's what we're doing today. Like the best thriller I read, and then the worst one I read. We'll do it like that. Also, don't know if you noticed this, but I look a little spooky, right? I just put black on. I'm like, I said spooky, but I really did nothing other than wear black, and that's really all I wanted was to wear a black lipstick. That's it. That's it. But if you think I don't need a reason, feel free to tell me in the comments, because I really love this lipstick. I'm like, I really just want to wear this. I should just wear this. It's not, even though my personality, I'm not goth or dark, I'm not at all. But I just like it. I like it a lot. And if my teeth are yellow, I apologize. Clown me if you want. Clown me into some better dental hygiene. Now I do brush my teeth twice a day, and I floss too. You know, so but I also, if this is, I swear I'm gonna get to books in a second. I swear I am. I swear you're not being held hostage. You can click out at any time. But I just want to say, I also like swish some hydrogen peroxide around. I don't know why I'm telling you about my dental hygiene, but I was like, let me flex real quick. That no one talks about that, but hydrogen peroxide is the key to whitening, all I'm saying. My mom tells me all the time, but it's like, it has this weird taste of nothingness. Like people say water tastes like nothing, hydrogen peroxide tastes like nothing, but it actually has a taste, like nothing has a taste. It's really weird, and it's foamy as well. But we're gonna get to the books, we're gonna dive in. Here we go, we're doing it. First, okay, I was about to say first book thriller I read, but I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it in chronological order. The best thriller I read this year, the one that really did have me riding that edge of the seat, was Penance by Kanae. Minato. It's Minato. And I did, should I get it? I'm not getting it. It's all the way up there in a shelf that you cannot see. I'm gonna get it though, because I do want to show it. I worked hard on it after all. I can't run it. I have to stand up. Okay, give me a second. And you're gonna see my messy left hand, so don't judge me. Okay. Oh no, where is it actually? I lied, it's not even up there. No, it is. I see it. Okay. Okay, here it is. This one, if you remember this video, yeah, that's that book. It was so scary, I did a whole thing around it. Yeah, so Penance by Kanae Minato was like easily number one. It's an easy win, okay? It's Mike Tyson versus a kindergartner. Easy win. I'm so sorry. That was so random and so also just graphic. Like, why would, like, I'm so sorry if you really thought of that. If you pictured it, I'm sorry if you have a vivid imagination and you immediately pictured Mike Tyson just going in on a kindergartner. I'm so sorry. Anyway, but yeah, Penance was great. It was disturbing. It was thrilling. I read it like in 2 days. It was really good. Oh my gosh, it was so disturbing. I was about to say I'd read it again, but I really wouldn't because I love myself. And it was awful. And it was good, but it was awful. But it was good because in that genre, you're supposed to be awful. And Kanae Minato understood that. She understood. I bet she's a thrilling person. I bet she is. Because she understood the assignment. A+, and I gave it 4 stars. 4 stars. Because I think it was kind of like a mystery. And then the ending was not as tied up as I wanted it to be. That's why it's not 5 stars, but I loved it. I loved it. And okay, so that's number 1. That was the most thrilling thriller I've read in 2021. Penance by Kanae Minato. Kind of recommend it if you want to be unsettled. Okay, but second one, which was also thrilling and just did its job, right? The Girls Are Also Nice Here by Lori Elizabeth Flynn. Lef. Her initials. Lef. Anyway, I gave that 3 stars. The Girls Are Also Nice Here. It took me, the pacing in that one is kind of slow. It's so slow to me. Oh my gosh. It was good. Like, I think she was building up suspense. And what really saved it was the ending. I thought the ending was pretty good, but then it just kind of made me thirst for more in what was done. I'm not going to give it away, the ending, but it just made me hungry for more. I was like, well, now I feel that we didn't tell the story in the best possible way, in the most thrilling way. We were told from the story of, the story from the perspective of Ambrosia. Her name was Ambrosia. People call her Anne, though. Thank God. Sorry if your name is Ambrosia, but I just... why? Stop. Why? Ambrosia? I don't know. Maybe I'm not saying it right. It's on me. We'll say that's why. It doesn't sound good. But yeah, so it's told through her, and it's pretty much she did some bad stuff in college. Bullying stuff. Mean stuff. But only 1 year, at least, right? Only 1 year. She wasn't a terror all 4 years. It was just one of the 4, 25%. It kind of sounded like Donald Trump, so that's traumatizing. If you heard it, don't go back. I'm sorry. Anyway, I heard it in my ears, the weird voice I was doing, and that was strange. That was awful. But anyway, I'm so sorry if I'm all over the place. But yeah, so it's told from Ambrosia's point of view, and it's like goes from then to now, then when she was actually in college doing the bad stuff, bully stuff, whatever, and then now, which is when she's going back to the college for like a, college reunion, and she was at first not gonna go, but then her husband finds out about it, and he's super nice, I guess. He's annoying. Like, the way that Lori did like such a good job of writing Ambrosia to be like so annoyed with him that like I have residual annoyance with that character as well, just from how annoying he was portrayed to be. So anyway, but he was super nice, I guess, and he was like, he made her go, and then of course stuff goes down. But that one was actually pretty thrilling near the end, and the suspense was building, but really it was so slow. It was so slow in some parts, and then also Lori Elizabeth Flynn, like there's so much talk of like just sex in there, and just different ways to say the same thing in a poetic way though, and I was so annoyed by it. I was so annoyed. Like legit, I'm pretty sure there's a sentence in there where it's like, Ambrosia's like, I walk by boys who've all been inside me or something, and I was like, Stop! That killed me. Oh, it was awful. It was so bad. I was like, that life is not for me. That's why I love reading. You get to live things that you would never do. But I was just like, why have that thought? Why would you have that thought? I'm sorry. But yeah, the girls are also nice here. I gave it 3 stars, right? And it was pretty good. It was pretty good. And by the way, I read 7 thrillers total. Okay, so we got 5 more. Third one, that was like, I guess was pretty thrilling and kind of knew what genre it was in, is If I Disappear by Eliza Jane Brazier. Another 3-namer. Another girl so lucky they have names that sound so good together. Not just 1, but 3. Lori Elizabeth Flynn, Eliza Jane Brazier. 3 names. 3. It's so sad, because like if I get something published, I would struggle so hard. Like as what name I would publish it under. Because I don't like mine. But these people have like just, or maybe those aren't real. Maybe they came up with those. Like from a name generator. Or something. The jealousy I have. Anyway, If I Disappear had a really pretty cover. You know me. You know my track record. Has it led me astray? Absolutely, but I continue to do it. And I will continue to do it. I will continue to read a book if it is pretty, because I like to see it on my virtual shelf. I don't care. It's the artist in me. It's the artist in me. I'm gonna look at it. I'm gonna read it. That's just it. That's it. So yeah, it was pretty. But it was also so. I mean, that one was pretty thrilling, I think, right? It was pretty thrilling, but it was so annoying to me because Eliza Jane Brazier, she kept trying to do this whole feminism thing, but I kept thinking she stepped into the hole of like white feminism, and it was giving very suffragettes kicking out POC to get what they want. It was giving very much that to me, that whole story. And it's like she goes, okay, so let me tell you like a crazy little synopsis of If I Disappear. So the girl, I can't even remember her name, we just gonna call her MC. I'm tired because main character, you know, it's the MC. She just got out of a divorce and she's one of those people who loves listening to true crime podcasts, but then the girl who did her true crime podcast disappears, and so she goes to her hometown and gets a job with her family at their farm to try to figure out what happened to this true crime podcaster that she loved. There's like a guy named Jed there who is clearly suffering from alcoholism after his divorce, or like, I don't even think the divorce is finalized, like it's going through and he has a daughter. He's clearly an alcoholic. And did y'all hear my stomach? My stomach did like a whole Whitney Houston note just then. Anyway, so what was I saying? Yeah, so Jed he's kind of, this is what bothered me too about the book, is that he was treated as a love interest, and it just seemed like the MC literally just did not care about his alcoholism at all. It was awful. I was like, girl, I know we're struggling, like I understand being sad and lonely, but y'all, that's not a turn off for you, that's not concerning. This man is literally like falling down drunk sometimes, and he can't go a day without drinking, and we still did that with him. I'm just like, why? I was so mad at her for that. I was so mad. I was like, gosh, I thought the bottom of the barrel could still have standards. I don't know. I'm like, it's the bottom of the barrel. It has to have some kind of support, right? Like to hold the barrel together. I was so mad. I was like, why did we do this? Why? It was so upsetting, especially the way Eliza portrayed it, like we were rooting for that. No. Shoot, I'm not. The last thing I want for alcoholics is for them to get laid. I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about the alcoholism, okay? I want them to get some help. I want them to get a boo or a bae. Get some help. Deal with your trauma and stop looking for help at the bottom of that bottle. I don't understand it. It was Eliza was like she was really building up to it, and it was so annoying because I knew it was gonna happen, but I kept kind of hoping that it wouldn't. And you know how tone deaf that is? It seems for it to be kind of like she kept having these takes on feminism, and then for that to be in there, like and for us to still be portraying this man who's less than ideal as some desirable thing, I was like, what? And this is the final draft. This is what we sent in. This is what we published. This is what was printed. Kills me. But it was thrilling, so that's why it's number 3. It was kind of thrilling, and then the ending though was so weird. And I heard like about the author, the girl who wrote Eliza, she's trying to turn it into a TV show. I would watch it just to see if it's better. Like maybe that's what she wanted to do really, but she couldn't, so she wrote a book and then thought that would help her. I don't know. I'm like, maybe the TV show would be better if she's able to do that. I hope she is. All the power to her. Anyway, number 4, you know, of the most thrilling, but it's directly in the middle actually. Darling Rose Gold by Stephanie Roble. And it's kind of a play on the whole, what was the name of that thing? Where the girl's mom made everyone think she was sick, including the girl, and then she killed her. I'm not sure what her name is. And then they had a Hulu series all about it too, with the girl from the kissing booth revealing that she actually can act, reminding everyone that to respect her despite the kissing booth. They had that. I'm gonna just put the name of the girl up there or the show. I don't know. Yeah. But it's kind of a turn on that. And like, so the woman in this book, instead of the girl killing her mom, she's like, the mom's sent to prison and then she comes out and she goes back to live with the girl. And then the girl kind of gets her revenge by, I'm gonna spoil it for you because you don't need to read it. It would be a waste of your time. Unless you love reading bad books that waste your time, I'm just gonna spoil it for you because it's not worth it. Like the girl, and basically her revenge is sending her mom to prison again for the kidnapping of a baby that she did not commit. Just getting her in jail again. That's her revenge, I guess. I'm like, she already served time for you doing that to you. So that didn't make sense to me. I was like, that didn't even, the stakes weren't high enough for me. And it's like, it was portrayed, I love to call something a cat and mouse game. I was like, there is no game here. This is not entertaining for anyone. This is not a cat and mouse game. Like, I'm so tired of them saying that and it just doesn't live up to it at all. Like, not enough things are happening that are actually scary for me to be invested and worried and like, I wonder what's gonna happen next. I wonder what she's gonna do to her mother. Put her back in prison. Okay. Like, it was not that great for me. I could tell she was a good writer though. I was just like, this story is not it. This story is awful. Like, God, it's awful. It's bad. Anyway, but next one, these next 2 are they fall into the same category. And they kind of are so low on the list for the same reason. But it's When No One Is Watching by Alyssa Cole. I think this is actually the first novel I read of 2021. The first few books I read of 2021 are with manga. This guy's manga right here. Yeah, so those were the first, and then I read When No One Is Watching, which is pretty much a thriller and social commentary on like gentrification. Basically, it's like follows this black woman in this New York town, in New York City, in the New York town. It's like, I don't know, a New York town. I mean, they have towns in New York, but it's just, dang, like really? Anyway, but New York City, and her mom, well, I'm not gonna say that, but yeah, so her grandma, I think, owns the building, or her mom, and then like, they really try to get them to sell their house, of course, and people are moving in there for like, is it cheaper prices? I think they're cheaper prices, yeah. I'm like, how does gentrification work? But pretty much that's what's happening. The neighborhood is getting gentrified, but then there's like, they kind of get the whiff of a conspiracy theory like going on that like a corporation is doing this and it's evil or something, and they're doing something to the black people too, because there's this thing where like, sightings of black people who appear to be on drugs, and it's never happened before, and she's like, what's going on? What is this? Yeah, that one was like, first of all, Alyssa Cole, I think it was her first thriller because she's kind of known for romance, and there was a romance in there, and it was an interracial romance, and I was like, not really feeling it. I just felt it was in there so Alyssa could be comfortable writing this book because it was her first thriller, you know, or maybe that's just something she always thought. So she's like, I write romance, so no matter what, I'm gonna put a romance in there, and I understand it. I love a romantic subplot done right. This one felt really just like, I'm not invested. I don't care. I don't care. I don't think I liked either of the characters either. I don't think I liked them. I didn't like the main character. She got on my nerves somewhat. Because she cursed in ways that felt very middle schoolish. She cursed in ways that were like, was that necessary? Or you just want to feel intimidating, you know? It's stupid. But I mean, I don't know. People think cursing puts emphasis on everything. People think cursing makes whatever you say hit harder, and I'm like, it really doesn't. It really doesn't though. Like, it's not giving what you think it gives. But anyway, they got on my nerves, and then also I thought the ending was kind of whack. That one, because you could tell that Alyssa hasn't written thrillers before, and because of that, the book felt insecure. Like it felt, you know, complex. Like it felt perplexed itself as to what genre it was supposed to be. So yeah. And then also, since Jordan Peele came out with Get Out, they will always throw his name into anything regarding race issues and horror, or maybe just race issues and creativity. Now, ever since he opened that door, and I'm glad he did, right, to exploring race in creative ways, they will throw his name out there. That's like, it bothers me a lot because it often leads you to being disappointed. Jordan Peele exploded onto the scene as a director with Get Out. Get Out was great, right? Get Out was amazing. For your first time directing a movie, first time writing a movie, blah. He's been in the business for forever, but you had never seen him in a light that wasn't comedic. And it was still comedic, but that wasn't the point of it. So he blew everyone out of the water with that. So to say that in light of Jordan Peele's that's a high bar. That's a high bar for them to reach. And oftentimes, so far, as I can see, they have fallen short. Okay, it's not, Get Out was scary. Get Out was scary. It was unsettling and it was weird. He did everything to make you uncomfortable. And so if you put that out there, I'm expecting all of those feelings as well. And I didn't get it with this. I really didn't. I was not like, what's going on? I wasn't scared. I wasn't unsettled at all reading this. So it was disappointing. And the next book on the list falls right into the same category. They used Jordan Peele as a, I had a word. There's a word, a buzzword. It's a buzzword, pretty much. That's what they use it as, Jordan Peele's name now. And I'm just like, y'all need to stop. This man has 2 movies. Let him live. Let him live. Let him build his filmography, please. And stop having these people write his coattails like this. I understand that they're doing the same thing, but gosh, and it's how you sell books. But it's oftentimes I feel like it's hurting them more than helping. But anyway, so it's The Other Black Girl by Zakiya Delilah Harris. It's either Zakiya or Zakiya. I like the name either way. Zakiya, Zakiya. I like it. But that one also, they marketed it as Get Out meets the Stepford Wives or something. I think they marketed that as. And it's pretty much this black girl is the only black girl at her company or her job until another black girl comes, and then she starts feeling threatened by this black girl. This other black girl starts being weird and kind of intimidating her. I think they use cat and mouse game or something again. It's kind of like that though. In the workplace though, so it's a workplace thriller. And I got an advanced, I think I requested, an advanced reader's copy through NetGalley, and I read it on their app or whatever. And it was okay. I gave it 3 stars because of the ending. I like the ending, and I did like it and what Zakiya, I'm gonna call her Zakiya. It was Zakiya, I'm gonna call her Zakiya, I guess. Zakiya did, I do like that. It's just that she it felt like you get an explanation for what the other girl or the other black girls are, like what it is, and it just wasn't good enough. It was not airtight. It felt like Hiya didn't know what it was either. It wasn't explained very well, and I'll never really understand how people thought that was the best delivery of the story, the best closing to the story. I'm like, you have editors. This was published, you know, through a publishing house. I thought that is the best, wow, not the best way, but I thought it would be the best way to be published in terms of like how many hands you have, how many helping hands go into getting this book on the market, getting this book in people's hands and on their tablets, whatever, you know, on the bestsellers list, whatever. I thought that means you have multiple people to look at it. And it was just like, multiple people looked at this and said, and were like, okay, it's good. It didn't make sense. It was confusing. The end was confusing. And that's the last thing you want in a thriller. You know, I'm supposed to be scared, not confused, and like not understanding why the villain exists in the first place, or their motives, or really like if the villain is real at all. It was just so, gosh, I really hate that, but it was so muddled. And I felt like Hiya was confused as well. It was so weird. It's like, how do you write a whole book and you don't even understand the main antagonist of it? You didn't bring that to light very well. It was so convoluted. Yeah, I gave that one 3 stars. I stopped saying stars, but I feel like I stopped saying stars after the first one. But If I Disappear, I gave that 2 stars. And Darling Rose Gold is 2 stars. When no one is watching, 3. You know, this one 3. And then the last one, you can probably guess if you've watched my videos what the last one is, but it's Night Film by Marisha Pessel. I was like, is that even a thriller? But yeah, it was. I'm pretty sure it was marketed as a thriller, that huge long tome of a book that just wasted your time and never even went anywhere, with voices that all sounded the same wit, same tone, same voice, and different people, just different names. I hated that book so much. Oh my god, I hate it. I guess I should make a video on that too. Like just all the books I hated the most. But I don't even think Night Film would win. There's a book I haven't even really spoken about that I hated so much, which is like Do You Dream of Terra 2 by Timmy O. That book was a catastrophe for me. That book is a garbage fire. Hated it so much. And I'm still baffled by like 5-star reviews of that book, but they exist. They're out there. I'm even friends with some of them on Goodreads, and I'm still like, what did you read that made you like it? I'm just, dang. I haven't done a video on that, but I'm like, I don't even know if I want to. The anger is too much. I feel it in my heart. My heart's shuddering at the thought. I hated it so much. Anyway, but yeah, Night Film was the worst. I gave it 1 star, as we all know. It was so slow. It was stupid. It was offensive at times. It was painfully ignorant as well. It was a letdown. It was unsatisfying. So stupid. Oh my god, it was bad. It wasn't thrilling. It was so boring too. It was so long. I'll never understand why it was so long. The only books I really understand that are like rivaling the Bible in size are the ones that are like fantasy, I guess, if they're world building. And that's just me taking their word for it, because I don't really read fantasy. I don't really like fantasy. Typically because it's like the idea is that you can't do fantasy without magic. And I'm like, how? Magic isn't even fantasy though. Like, there's magic here. Like, people do magic in the real world, so that's not even fantasy really. Like, why? Whatever. I'm done now. That's it. My 7 thrillers of 2021, from most thrilling to least thrilling, and Night Film was the worst. Yeah. So that's all I got for you today. Oh, I have a lap desk and my computer is about to like fall off, and I'm so scared. Anyway, but yeah, thank you for watching. Come back next time. I think I don't know what I'm gonna do. and I don't want to say anything because I'm not good at remembering and following through. But like I said I might rank all the books I read in 2021. Just, you know, go through those, I guess, like from best to worst, but I think that might be too much, honestly. I have to make like a tier maker thing. I don't know if I want to do that. Anyway, but yeah, so that's it. I've said it so many times. I'm finally gonna let you go now, or you might have already clicked out. You probably should have. You probably did. You know, but anyway, thank you for watching. This has been Sketchbooks and Bookbooks. Go pick yourself up a book and read it. Read it. Have some thoughtsy whatsies. Write them down, share them with your reader friends. And I'll catch you next time. Bye.